Insomniacs, and welcome to AlbumBen Reviews Parallel Lines. Yeah! Before we start, I want to say thank you to Viper's Whip, which I keep reading as VIP's whip, like a whip of a VIP wrangler. Anyway, thank you to Viper's Whip for suggesting this album. Blondie's third studio album, Parallel Lines, has got several of the band's most well-known songs on it, including Heart of Glass, Hanging on the Telephone, Sunday Girl, One Way or Another. Nearly everything you will have heard by them if you're not a fan. The album spawned 6 singles in the US and the UK, and that's 6 singles out of 12 tracks. Now that is amazeballs. The album was universally adored by critics, though it only reached #1 in the UK. Right, it's confession time, I'm afraid, Insomniacs. When I grew up, and even now I suppose a bit, I never really liked Blondie. Yes. I know, crucify me. I've never been a really big fan of new wave / American punk rock. That aside, one cannot look past how good this album actually is. And, as I've always said, I promise not to be swayed by genre or anything like that. I will be honest with my opinions, because I'm a bang-up chap. With the songs coming from all directions and all over the place, including outside of the band, as writing this is, it's no wonder that there were so many hits on this album. I've already covered the big hits to come out of it, but the writing is generally fairly strong across the album, making it really well worth listening to it in its entirety. So we'll give it an 8 out of 11. Having worked briefly in a studio, I'm about to say something that is very broad and may in many cases be untrue, but generally music like this, kind of early new wave and punk rock, is pretty easy to produce quite well. Having said that, the production does do everything that it should do. An album like this shouldn't have wacky, mind-blowing production. It should be honest and raw, and that's exactly what it is. The drums are particularly good on this, particularly strong, which is good as Clem, the drummer at the time, Clem Burke, is probably one of the most underrated drummers there is. 7 out of 11. The album has got a real flow to it, and because of the number of really big hits on it, you're never short of that OMG, I love this song feeling. But for a 39-minute album, it can occasionally feel long. I think that may be down to its sort of unrelenting nature. 6 out of 11. So after painful mathematics, Parallel Lines by Blondie gets, from me, AlbumBen, 7 out of 11. Yeah! Thanks again to Viper's Whip for suggesting Parallel Lines for me to review. Do go and have a listen to it if you haven't heard it before. There is a full album version on YouTube somewhere, so go and listen to it if you like it, buy it. Don't forget to comment me suggestions for albums that you want me to review, and tweet me your music if you have made an album, or if your band you're in has made an album or an EP. Tweet it to me, I'll listen to it, and I'll hopefully cover it in my Friday show. And don't forget to click here to subscribe. So yeah, sleep easy, Insomniacs. Well, what do you know? I got through an entire Blondie review without saying how hot Debbie Harry was. Damn it!